How many times has this happened to you? You're sitting at home planning your dream vacation to somewhere in Europe, but your plans are halted when you see the price of flying on your favorite airline from Detroit to, say, Paris. But no matter, you check your second favorite airline, because surely they can't all be, well, let's check one more. Third time's a charm, right? Well, no. But that's not the end of the story, because we have credit card points and miles. And because of that, I have not actually paid cash for a plane ticket in a very long time. These methods have saved me thousands of dollars over the years and allowed me to travel even more than I could before I had credit card points and miles. And it's super easy to do. So today, I want to share with you the methods that I use with step-by-step instructions on how to find reward flights, as well as a few credit cards that I use to help me do it. I'm going to break this video down into 3 parts. The first part will be the easiest way you can earn points and redeem them with no hoops to jump through. The second part will be about the points that you earn with your credit cards, like membership rewards points or ultimate rewards points. These points can come from welcome offers and card spending. We'll talk about how to transfer them directly to an airline you want to fly with. And in the third part of this video, we'll talk about Airline Alliance partners and how you can use them to book travel on just about any airline. We'll briefly cover how to get business class seats and even save some points along the way. These are easy methods that anyone can use. As we're going along, if you've used any of these methods to travel for free, hit the thumbs up and let me know what has been your best point redemption. Let's start off with one of the easiest methods to earn points with an airline. That's with the help of a co-branded airline credit card. With a co-branded airline credit card, you will earn points directly with the airline, allowing you to redeem your points in the same place for flights and even seat upgrades. These cards can also come with some great welcome offers. In fact, that's actually how I built up most of the Delta Sky Miles I have. Now, while these cards might be the easiest way to earn points with an airline, it may not be the best in the long run. Airline miles can be devalued at any point. This has happened many times over the years with Delta, United, and American. For that reason, I really only recommend getting a co-branded credit card for its benefits and perks. These perks can include free checked bags, priority boarding, discount on in-flight refreshments, and lounge access with the top tier cards like the Delta SkyMiles Reserve, United Club Infinite card, and the American Advantage Executive World Elite card. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I haven't used cash to pay for a plane ticket in quite a while. But there's one exception to that. That exception is when I use the companion certificate on the Delta SkyMiles Platinum and Reserve cards. The companion certificate is essentially a buy one get one free pass for any Delta ticket. With the SkyMiles Platinum card, you'll receive this companion certificate for any domestic main cabin round trip ticket in the continental US. There is no cap on the price of the ticket. All you have to do is pay the taxes and fees associated with it. And with the SkyMiles Reserve card, you get the same companion certificate, but for any first class, Comfort Plus, or main cabin seat. Take for instance this flight from Detroit to San Diego. On this flight, we can use the companion certificate for any main cabin seat, and with the SkyMiles Reserve, we can use it for the first class seat, for you and a companion. Now, while I would not recommend using an airline co-branded credit card as your main daily driver card, they can be super helpful when flying with that airline or making a large purchase with them, as it's usually your highest points earning category on that card. These co-branded credit cards can be a great place to start if you're just getting into credit cards. When I started getting into credit cards, my first card was actually the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card. At the time, I knew very little about credit cards, and the SkyMiles Platinum card was a great launching point to learn more about points and how to earn them. Now let's dive into part 2. If you're looking to start maximizing the points we have towards travel, we're going to want to look at a credit card that earns points inside of a credit card program. For example, the American Express Platinum card, which earns membership rewards points, or the Capital One Venture X, which earns Capital One miles. Each credit card issuer, whether it be American Express, Chase, Capital One, or Citibank, earn their own points currency. We could choose to use them inside of the credit card travel portal, where we'll usually find redemptions around 1 cent per point. Now, these travel portals make it easy to purchase hotels, plane tickets, rental cars, and even cruises. But the better option is to transfer our points out to transfer partners. Each credit card issuer has their own deal with different airlines and hotels to allow their points to be transferred to. For airlines, these points usually transfer at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning 1 Chase Ultimate Reward point equals 1 United mile. Transferring your points is very straightforward. You'll need to log into your credit card account and look for the Rewards tab and find Transfer Partners or Transfer Points. From there, select the airline you'd like to transfer your points to. If it's your first time transferring points to that program, you'll need to enter a little bit of information to get the connection made. Once we transfer our points out to our airline of choice, we can choose to use our points as we wish. Also, be on the lookout for transfer bonuses. From time to time, airlines and credit card issuers will offer bonuses when you transfer points to another program. I recently took advantage of a 30% bonus when you transfer Chase Ultimate Rewards points to Virgin Atlantic. I transferred 35,000 points to Virgin Atlantic and received an additional 10,500 points. And one other thing to keep in mind before you start applying for your next credit card. It's important to consider who you like flying with. If you are a United fan, then Chase is your best option. If you like American Airlines, then the Bilt MasterCard is going to be your best option, as they're the only credit card that transfers directly to American. And if you're still a Delta fan, then American Express is going to be your best option. But there is a way that we can use any point system to book just about any flight. And that brings us to part 3. Most major airlines are part of a larger airline alliance. Those alliances are the SkyTeam with partners like Delta, Air France, KLM, and Virgin Atlantic, the Star Alliance with partners like United, Air Canada, Lufthansa, and Swissair, and then finally Oneworld Alliance with partners like American Airlines, British Airways, Alaskan Airlines, and more. Within each of these airline alliances, we have the option to redeem a ticket, say on an American Airlines flight, but actually purchase it through British Airways. Because they are in the same airline alliance, British Airways will sell you another airline's ticket if they don't have a flight available. For instance, British Airways does not fly from JFK to Dallas, but American Airlines does, and they will sell you that ticket, but they will sell it to you in their points currency. This is a great way to be able to use just about any point system to book just about any point, no matter which transfer partners you have access to. Airlines like Air Canada, Flying Blue, and Virgin Atlantic are all transfer partners of American Express, Chase, Capital One, and Citibank, with British Airways being a transfer partner of American Express, Chase, and Capital One. This means if we build up a lot of Capital One miles, we can still redeem our points for a Delta, United, or American flight, even if our points don't directly transfer to those airlines. Let's take a look at how this works, step by step. A great way to get Delta flights is through Virgin Atlantic. To get started, all we need to do is type in our origin, destination, travel dates, and how many passengers. You're also going to want to select Show Flexible Dates, as it's possible to save hundreds of points just by changing your travel day 1 or 2 days. Now, if you're only seeing a 7-day view and there's no button to see a price calendar, you can actually change the word dates in the URL to read calendar to see the full price calendar. After you've selected your date of travel, you can select your flight. You'll notice down here that this flight is operated by Delta Airlines along with a Delta flight number. This flight actually does 2 things for us. The first thing is it allows us to book a Delta flight from any of the 4 previously mentioned credit card points programs. The second thing is we're actually getting a significant points discount. We will save 5,500 points by redeeming our points through Virgin Atlantic for this main cabin seat. We can use a similar method to book Delta flights through Flying Blue. Flying Blue is the joint loyalty program of Air France and KLM. Both of those airlines are part of the SkyTeam, which makes it possible to redeem our points for Delta flights through Flying Blue. Booking flights through Flying Blue is pretty straightforward. You'll need to make a Flying Blue account to search for reward flights. All you need to do is either go to Air France or KLM's website and select Book with Miles. Then enter your origin, destination, date of travel, and passengers, and look for flights marked with Delta's logo. Like this one for 17,500 points compared to 22,900 miles directly from Delta. Let's take a look at another great option for redeeming points for American Airlines flights through British Airways. You'll need to make a British Airways account before you can start looking for flight redemptions. Once you do, hover over Book, then press Book a Flight with Avios. From there, you can search for flights booked with American Airlines logo and flight number. I found this flight from Philadelphia to Charlotte for 7,500 Avios, compared to 10,500 miles on American Airlines. Now, if you're looking to book international travel, we can do that in a similar way to any other domestic flight. These flights can also be a great way to save some money and points. It's also possible when we book flights through another airline internationally, we can find some great options for business class seats, like this one for a business class seat on Swiss Airlines. Through Swiss Air, this ticket would cost $4,949, but through Air Canada, this would only cost 70,000 points plus 100 Canadian dollars, which is about 73 US dollars. Now, to see just how good this deal is, we can calculate our cent per point ratio by first taking the ticket price of $4,949 and subtracting $73 in fees from the ticket price, which gives us $4,876. Doing this helps us take into account all of the cost of the flight and gives us the truest cent per point ratio. After we subtract those fees, we can take 4,876 and divide it by 70,000 points. Then multiply that by 100 and we'll see that this redemption would give us a crazy great redemption of 6.9 cents per point. Remember, our target is 1 cent per point, so I would say almost 7 times that counts as a good redemption. This is just scratching the surface on some of the possible point redemptions through airlines. Sometimes these deals can be hard to find, but just keep looking. In the course of making this video, I had some really successful days of finding deals, and I had a couple days of no good deals showing up. So if you're not seeing anything the first time you look, that's okay. Try again tomorrow. Let me know down below what's your favorite way to redeem points for airlines. If you're new here, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more content like this in the future, as well as the like button. Until then, I'll see you next time.